Sandstorm won it 3-0 over LDZ in the winners semis. Can LDZ reverse it here in the losers finals? Gonna try to do so with this Lucian pick.
History continuing to be made as these two titans of Brawlhalla meet one another here on Mammoth Fortress in game 1 of the losers finals. Both of them fighting for the privilege to go up to the winners bracket and face Booming.
Both of them fighting for that opportunity to go for that reset. Sandstorm resetting its scythe strings. Ground pounds once onto LDZ's head, ground pounds twice onto LDZ's head. Finish off with a dare into a ground pound. Sandstorm takes the first stock.
Sandstorm now maybe in the orange. Not even worried about red at this point. There's no weapon spawn coming in just yet. He's tried to reach up, grab where that weapon spawn would have been, where LDZ might have been. But he was able to get a little bit too low. You're seeing that gun pressure coming out. He started out this game with a nice like 4 or 5 hit string, easily taking Sandstorm into yellow so quickly, picks up the recovery. We're back to even.
Great chase from LDZ, staying just in position. If Sandstorm committed to go high, LDZ was following, ready for that recovery. He tried to stay just a little bit low so that he could finish off with that recovery.
Now, one thing LDZ will have is consistent side light into neutral light on Katars basically forever.
True.
So if he can get in, you saw him use the dash before. He's overspacing Sandstorm's moves and using the dash to cover ground and the side light to cover ground.
But can't go for those things in the off stage. Instead, he's going for these falling nairs. They have that kind of downward spike potential, something that Noel was doing against LDZ. LDZ going to try to kind of take a page out of his opponent's book for this one. Spot dodges and still has the iframes to avoid the down signature from Sandstorm.
And that could have been a really big dunk for Sandstorm. You're seeing the nairs coming out, sending Sandstorm up. Is going to be able to get to that weapon. You see LDZ zoning him around it. The weapon toss coming out as well. The side light kicking him away. Swipes those blasters right out from underneath Sandstorm. There is another weapon spawn on the field. Neutral light coming out. The nair coming out as well. LDZ gets to the Katars. He's now brought it completely back, completely even.
He is in position, center stage, trying to deny Sandstorm the weapon, but Sandstorm gets around, gets the downlight ground pound, just getting more damage onto LDZ. Wasn't confident in his ability to finish off the stock though. LDZ is in that kill percent.
Neutral light into the D-light, staying still very close to the ground, not chasing too far into the air, only one jump height up, and you see him immediately fast fall down. Both of these players extremely red. LDZ trying to find his on-stage kill options. He doesn't want to risk throwing out his signature because that'll be perfect punish territory. Almost there was the punishment from Sandstorm.
They're both so close to finding that finishing move onto each other. They're both so close to finding the connection, but yet just the footsies between the two of them. Finally, the side air from LDZ to take the stock.
Now, even when LDZ threw out a signature, you saw Sandstorm was really careful to try and punishment, probably thinking, did he throw it out too early? Did he throw it out too late? Am I going to have time to punish, or was this just a bait? Am I going to get counter-punished for it?
Slight misplay from Sandstorm. Generally speaking, off that neutral line, it's a chase dodge into the neutral signature, but instead he throws out the side signature. Not sure if he was expecting LDZ to dash dodge down, or just got a misinput. Still does clean up the stock, though. Off-stage opportunity. LDZ spot dodging through the nair, but Sandstorm with the active inputs keeping him off stage.
Against Katars, Sandstorm is orange. There's the side light. Tries to get the turnaround neutral light, reading where LDZ was going to be. He was behind Sandstorm in that moment. I think Sandstorm's red at this point. Stripping that field, not giving Sandstorm weapon options. It's the blasters. Tries to go for the perk, a pivot, the dash jump, pivot, down air.
Sandstorm needs more damage onto LDZ. He went for the downlight into the neutral air. Just barely beats up the
the side air. Not enough. The low strength that Lucian has not working with LDZ here. There's the neutral light.
Sandstorm with a soft punish behind. Needs a little bit more damage onto LDZ. Barely touched.
This is coming in a 4.5-minute game.
LDZ just not able to find that finishing blow onto Sandstorm. Sandstorm just chipping away, just getting these taps onto LDZ, fighting his way back into this game. Who is going to get that stock?
Oh my gosh, the down air's going to spike. LDZ taking game 1 against Sandstorm. something he was unable to do in their previous set today.
That was the thing that he was trying to figure out. He was trying all these different Blasters characters, Blasters Lance, Blasters Bow. Finally, it's the Blasters and Katar's combination.
Oh.
That was what worked for him.
But we talked about how explosive both Sandstorm and Boomy were earlier. So you got to be thinking that in the back of your mind the entire time. I almost thought we were going to see it at the very beginning.
That Sandstorm was going to get it. Two nairs.
Oh,
gets the third one. Gets the fourth one.
Huge damage.
Big juggles coming out from LDZ. Sandstorm swapping up the weapons, though, over to the Scythe plays.
Oh, these blasters. Looking almost immaculate with the gravity cancel down light. Now, he didn't put in the active input there, so it's going to have stronger force on it. He wanted to send LDZ further to the right rather than swiping him, turning him around, putting him behind him closer to the middle of the stage, further from the blast zone.
He went for that, the dodgeball plays, the up toss, the covering low, but LDZ was ready for it. He's seen Sandstorm do that a couple of times. Sandstorm still does find the stock finisher, though.
Oh, here comes some damage. LDZ's
The
yellow. Somehow sending Sandstorm very far away. The down signature even with the bounce.
Got the feet, got the stock. LDZ and Sandstorm even in game number 2.
Sandstorm putting out a little bit of unarmed damage, sending LDZ away. Then he is able to get over to the weapon spawn instead of being weapon starred by LDZ for so long this stock. I think that's extremely important.
The stacked nair just a little too far for the down signature. Icicles connect, LDZ, the immediate dare to move him back the side air. LDZ, does he have the movement? No, Sandstorm denies him the touch with the ground pound.
Sandstorm with a solid lead on his second stock. Maybe not even halfway through his second stock. LDZ on his final.
He's still got some health in this kit.
Yeah, he's not even orange. Now he's orange.
Just procced into orange off that neutral air. But LDZ getting some good damage built up.
Ooh, this is going to be bad.
Oh, no.
This is going to be real bad for LDZ.
Saw LDZ with a wake-up gravity cancel sidelight just to get away. That's his ejection seat out of that string.
Down air from Sandstorm. Trying to find the down air along the wall. He's getting naired.
But these nair bounces are bouncing him into that left side wall kind of horizontally. He wants to bounce them low so he can go for that finisher.
Yeah, you saw him turning around, like positioning like he wants a Katar side air.
Yeah. Side stick thrown out, punish from behind. Sandstorm with a huge lead over LDZ. LDZ spot dodges.
Oh! That clash possibly keeping Sandstorm alive. LDZ in the red on his final stock. Sandstorm didn't even need that signature.
That was
2 stocks to his name.
That was a catch-22 edge guard right there.
Now we still haven't seen any coaching for Sandstorm whatsoever. And we didn't, do we see any for LDZ?
Yes.
Who came up for LDZ?
I can't remember who. Noel.
Was it Noel?
Was it Noel? I think it was Noel.
Was it Noel?
I think so.
Okay. We're going to say that it was Noel.
Yeah, sure. LDZ with the Sayers untouched here on his first stock. Really playing that spacing game. Sandstorm finally finds an opening. It's just the neutral light now. There's the momentum, but just a 2-hit.
Down air into the reverse nair, not making contact. LDZ getting around it. His movement is so good. His dodges have been really good as well.
Nice falling nair onto the top of Sandstorm to get the stock. Like you were saying, his movement has been so good, which is why he's able to get that falling nair.
Like, you've only seen a handful of those like really big strings on LDZ when Sandstorm will get them more consistently on so many other players.
I think he got like that one big one on the side.
LDZ is very good at dodging.
That's the second time that's happened where Sandstorm launches LDZ high and LDZ goes for a wake-up ground pound, just trying to launch himself back down to ground as fast as possible. And the past 2 times Sandstorm has gone for an outside read, goes for a gravity cancel down signature that completely whiffs. That time he was ready for it and got the punish.
Now, in basically a reverse mirror of last game, Sandstorm is at LDZ's health in the second stock, and LDZ is at Sandstorm's health in the second stock of last game.
Just swinging back and forth that momentum. Sandstorm trying to catch the dodge. You saw him get the setup with the neutral light. There's a burn dodge, but couldn't get the read.
Ooh, neutral light into the dare. Staying on the edge just a little bit, worried about those icicles that might come over the corner. LDZ has to be careful, he's in red. Sandstorm still in orange. Sidelight trying to poke Sandstorm just a little bit too aerial. The down air. D-Light into the side air. Is he going to find the recovery?
He was looking for it. You saw the positioning, but Sandstorm with that down toss going to give him a safe landing. There's the down air, will spike, and Sandstorm's stock is gone.
Sticking with the blasters. Wise choice coming out from LDZ. His blasters damage, his blasters pressure. His blasters reads have been really good. The up toss just deleting any lead that LDZ had.
Fresh stocks between the two of them, but the last time Sandstorm was at a fresh stock final stock against someone, he didn't get touched and deleted moving stocks. So if I'm LDZ, I'm a little bit nervous as Sandstorm gets the offstage.
Nice grounded side air into the neutral light. The down air sending LDZ towards the middle of the stage, trying to reach out with an air. There's the side light into the D light. Neutral air, spot dodge, neutral air misses.
Sandstorm hopping over these approaches.
Ooh,
there you see it again.
This is bad.
The reverse nares into the downlights from Sandstorm.
Oh my gosh!
Side light reset, side light from Sandstorm. His scythe is coming alive in game number 3. Goes for the ground pound. LDZ with a punish. Sandstorm gets back.
It's so hard for LDZ to find priority there because of the range that Sandstorm has with the scythe. If he wants to hit the standard Qatar falling nair, he has to worry about Sandstorm's nair, Sandstorm's side air. He's going to have greater range on that than almost any of LDZ's moves.
So rather than trying to contend for that falling nair, he's going to go over to the blasters with a range advantage. The downlight locks him in place, but Sandstorm a little slow, and LDZ's able to evade it.
LDZ just using his in-air dodge and his movement to get back to the wall. He's worried about committing to the long active frames of the blaster's recovery. Swaps over to the Qatars.
Denying weapons from Sandstorm. Sandstorm just bouncing, trying to find an opening. It's a downlight recovery. Sandstorm barely closes out game number 3. LDZ immediately put his hands on his head. He knew how close that was.
He knows the weight that LDZ's name carries in this community.
He wants to show everyone that he, the current world champion, is better than the 2016 and 2017 world champion of LDZ.
Opening up with the blasters, no swap or anything, no character swaps for either Sandstorm or LDZ, and you see him opting for these blasters early on. There is a weapon spawn on the field, putting a little bit of space between Sandstorm and that weapon spawn, but he doesn't pick it up. He doesn't want to swap to the Qatars just yet. Neutral light coming out. Sandstorm getting the better of LDZ.
Nice toss.
The weapon toss the other direction. The dodge coming out from Sandstorm, gonna avoid the dare.
Good pressure from LDZ, but couldn't convert into a stock kill. Sandstorm still disarmed though, and LDZ really starting to push that weapon advantage, but again, Sandstorm gets underneath, goes for the downlight gravity cancel neutral head.
That higher than average defense that Lucian has. It's not a lot, but it's enough to keep him alive.
Conversely, that low strength of Lucian, not quite enough for him to finish the stock. That time, Sandstorm gets it with the downlight gravity cancel neutral heavy.
Seen Sandstorm just pacing along the ground, hits the downlight immediately. Those iframes for LDZ not lasting too long. Gets the dash dodge through on the downlight, getting through all 3 of those blasts. Sandstorm has LDZ in a tough position.
There's there.
Almost has him orange on his second stock.
Oh, and that's
will
the
be
stock. Yeah, the down air. Denying. Sandstorm tried to play it safe. He went under the stage to avoid that weapon toss. He was recognizing that LDZ is doing a really good job of following up off these hits with his weapon toss, so he goes for the safe play. But unfortunately, it does burn a little bit of utility going that far underneath the stage, and LDZ capitalized.
Interesting, though, that LDZ goes for the downlight into the side light there. That's only really an option when they're at extremely low healths. Ooh, he was able to touch right on the corner. His character was grayed out, but the second he touched, you saw it light back up again.
Just barely got that corner. Sandstorm went in, went for the down air, was likely trying to position for that ground pound, but LDZ so damaged he would have bounced too far away for the ground pound follow-up. Great ground control from LDZ. But it's going to be Sandstorm again, just a little bit ahead of LDZ.
And it's interesting that LDZ went for the gravity cancel down signature there up top. Like, that looked almost exactly like what Sandstorm tried to do to him before. Is he going to look for another down air?
Was trying to do it. Saw that he missed it on the outside the first time, so he tries to mix it up, goes for the inside read, but Sandstorm again avoiding it.
Now, killing with side air on Lucian with blasters takes a tremendous amount of damage. So he's just giving Sandstorm time to build up the damage, which he's really starting to do. LDZ almost orange on his final stock. Possibly his tournament stock here.
Weapon toss, the side air finally connects for LDZ. Still on his tournament stock in the orange against Sandstorm.
Stripping the field has to be so important. That weapon spawn comes right in after the move from Sandstorm, sending LDZ far away. He's able to swipe that weapon up. It's a scythe. Has so much kill potential here. Incredible signatures that he's used time and time again. Or just the sidelight into the recovery. LDZ without a lot of options.
Goes for the ground pound. LDZ gets a bump, but the recovery, the chase, there's a weapon spot. LDZ
still gets back, but he's done. Sandstorm's there to finish it out. Sandstorm, the current world champion, taking out the two-time LDZ, showing that Sandstorm is the best world champion in Brawlhalla, one of the best players in Brawlhalla, bar none, matching legacy against legacy, new against old, showing that in this case, this Sunday, here at Low Tier City 7, New comes out on top.